Sorry, guys. My week has not been that great, and I'm sure you can already hear the voice. But Amanda, yes, go to web design. Welcome to DES209, and goodbye, Amanda, to web design, because I know I needed all the extra help I could get when I took that class. So, excuse me. I muted myself and forgot to unmute it. Hopefully we will get through tonight's lecture without my losing my voice completely, and then I will stop talking until class time tomorrow, if I can get away with it with the family, teenagers. At least they know I can't yell anymore. So again, welcome to DES209. This is our first lecture. You guys were given a link in the announcements from John Brady. Sean Pace posted one of his demonstrations for the assignment. So hopefully with that video and tonight and tomorrow night, everybody will be on track for week 4. And I've already seen some of you guys turning in final projects for week 4 that you started doing in week 2. So those of you that have been doing that, awesome job. For everybody that's been catching up and turning in late assignments, great, awesome work this week, guys. You had me up at 3 a.m. this morning grading papers. Granted, I was not able to talk, so you guys lucked out. There was something else. I don't know, but if I sound even more Dory-ish than usual, it's probably oxygen deprivation. Somebody remind me to take a puff off the inhaler so I can finish breathing. I do have a severe case of bronchitis. I did get to skip the flu, but I went directly into bronchitis. So that's just a little bit of how my week has gone. I'm hoping your guys' is much better. And those of you who have been waiting for grades to be caught up this week, they're all done. As of 30 minutes ago, everybody had been graded. So far, I have not had to have the nebulizer, but I've got some very bruised vocal cords. I'm feeling a lot better than I was on Monday, Melissa. Thank you. Yeah. And for the most part, because of this, everybody's gotten away with the flu excuse this month. My husband's house is just the same way. So on with the show before I lose my voice completely. Can you guys see the PowerPoint okay? Okay, awesome. Announcements. If I have given you an extension on your homework and you missed your assigned due date, say, I'm going to have this in by Monday night, and I don't see it until Monday of the next week, requires some little more negotiating, guys. So some of you did get late points taken off. If you had talked to me and I gave you an extension and I did not leave it in the grade, please email me and let me know what class, or post a comment that you had an extension, and I will go back in there and fix that. Yeah, they've got me on prednisone pills and an inhaler, so the mood swings. This is not a happy place to be. So we are in week 4. I can't take any late work after midnight of week 4. Thanks, guys. Bed rest is right after class tonight. So no late work will be accepted after Saturday night unless there's a medical issue and you have at least 75% of your homework done by today, midnight today. Then I can request an extension from the provost. Otherwise, all grades will have to be done by Sunday and turned in. That's just because of my work week that's coming up. as you guys are ending, we're all resetting for the next courses. So if there is a medical situation, I know we've got several pregnant mommies. We've got a lot of sick people with the flu. I know a couple of you have been hospitalized, surgeries and whatnot. So whatever we can do, I need to know ASAP of whether or not we need to fill out paperwork. And I have to go in and double check the grade book before I can send all that paperwork in. So if you're done up to week 3 by tonight, we're good. I think that's it for the announcements. Yes, Melissa, I saw all of the work you turned in. You get a big pat on the back. You buckled down and plowed through. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of all of you guys. Well, we're going to do the discussion post here together. And I will not be taking late fees off of tonight's deadline. Yes, you, Alicia, Melissa, there's several of you that were falling a little bit behind, and you guys buckled down, plowed through. You still get to do the discussions. If you have already posted one reply or your main post and I've graded, you need to let me know, because after they've been posted, I usually wait a couple of days for another post. And yeah, you need to do your 2 replies on a different day. So it's going to take a minimum of 2 days to get full credit out of that. If you are in need of the discussion posts from previous weeks, you're going to need to do those as soon as possible. I'll still get late, but some points are better than no points unless you have already talked to me about it. So we are going to do, get the main posts in, and it will tell me that it's ready to be graded and we'll all be good. So if there will be no late deductions for tonight's post, because tonight is Wednesday, and I would have rather had this lecture on Monday, but Monday I was passed out on the couch. So just saying, I feel all of you guys that have been sick. I think you sent it to me through email. Gives a whole new meaning to the word computer virus, right? So, like I said, no late work is after Saturday. Make sure you can upload your project. If you have to send it to me in pieces, that's fine. However, the way we're going to put this together, I think you guys will be just fine to submit it as the way it is. Yeah, I got to sleep for about 2 hours. I've been averaging 4 lately, so never in a row though. The coughing wakes me up, and yeah, it sucks, but oh well. Career assessments, some of you have already started those. Make sure you're following those and putting in positive comments, because this is a good time to practice for those job interviews of why you want to work somewhere. The crud, that's what we're going to call it. We're no longer going to call it flu or a virus. We're going to call it the crud. I like that one. Don't forget about the extra discussion and assessment for week 4. I know it's a test and I can't give you the answers, but I can tell you it's cumulative. So if you have printed off or remember any of your daily checkpoints and your previous quizzes, you're going to have all the information you need. And it's open book. Command F, people. Control F if you're on the PC. Awesome, Alicia, good job. I can open this up for a second taking if you guys would like that. Do you want that option tonight? Okay, I will set that up so that you guys have 2 chances to take it. They will shuffle the questions on you, and it will keep the higher grade, okay? But you get that second chance. And if you haven't taken your second chance on the previous quizzes, go back, take it again. It's not going to hurt your grade. They'll only keep the highest score. In case you know I'm cool like that. I don't average everything together. That would require math. I work great with a ruler, but not math. Okay. So you're welcome, guys. You do not have to post all of your projects. You only have to choose your favorite one and critique yourself. And I'm going to give you guys a link to an article here in a minute called The Love Sandwich. Who's been in my class before and has heard of the love sandwich? Nope, haven't heard of the love sandwich. Okay. Let me get logged into AIGA here. You know, because apparently I'm oxygen deprived and can't remember that. I said log in. It's trying to make me sign up for a new account. That would just be my luck today. The love sandwich is when you are critiquing yourself or anybody else, you say something good that you like about the piece, offer some criticism with a correction. With a way to correct it. So, hopefully I can get the right, okay, here we go. It's called How to Give and Receive Good Design Technique. And I'm going to give you guys the link real quick. Now this article goes over how to critique yourself and others, and it is called The Love Sandwich. You got to think of something that will build up their design and their egos here, because all of our egos get bruised and type very, very easily. Type does not convey emotion, and unfortunately, neither do hoarse voices. Because honestly, my face looks like I'm screaming just to get the air out. Anyway, be descriptive and say why you like it or don't like it. But when you're offering a suggestion to fix, you have to offer a solution. I really like your logo, but this swash in this particular way is not working. Can we think about removing it, changing its color, trying a different stroke, you know, something like that. Give a couple of options of how you think you could fix it, and then end on something positive. I try to do that with all of your guys' critiques, just because I remember that receiving a critique was probably the most stressful thing I have ever done. And that includes going to the doctors for 3 MRIs and teaching a 19-year-old now how to drive. I'm not teaching the 15-year-old. It just ain't going to happen. But I will teach her how to use Illustrator. Go figure. Yeah, the criticism's got to be constructive, not pull up the brake screaming, stop, hit the brakes. You know, that kind of critique kind of scares teenage drivers. So we're not going to do that with critiquing fellow students. But I do want you to be able to point out what you like about it, your design, what you think you could fix on it to make it a more portfolio-worthy project, and end on something positive. And I want you to do that with all of the critiques for all of your peers as well, because graphic design is meant to build each other up, not tear each other down. And never, ever, ever ask your husband or wife to critique your work for you. This is in all honesty, it has probably saved my marriage to stop asking him to do that. So if you've been taking my advice of not to ask a loved one to critique it, way to go, awesome job. But I do want you guys to take notice of this article here, which you probably cannot see because I did not share the whole screen. It's called How to Give and Receive a Good Design Critique, and I think to fix the problem. We should be good. But there's lots of other options for you guys to go through and get some really nice design tips, brainstorming, and even how much other designers in your area charge based on whatever it is they're working on. Because honestly, if you're just doing a straight logo design, I know some designers that will do a logo with 3 revisions for $75. It's not a bad way to go. You don't have to use all of that whole creative brief thing. I would still fill it in and use it as a receipt for payment, just so I would have a copy to file away with them for if they needed a revision. But there's lots of options in here. I want you guys to seriously think about going through here, reading some of the articles. And I do believe Sean Childers Gray has been mentioning something about getting a student AIGA group going with the college or with Independence. So keep an eye out for more information on that in your desktops or your dashboards in Canvas. I know they're talking about it on Facebook. And if you're not using Facebook, I completely understand the security issues, but you're missing out on a whole world of social networking and cross-country marketing. And my husband's car alarm is going off outside. That is just so much fun. I wonder if he sat on his keys again. Okay, so back to this wonderful PowerPoint. Make sure you include all of the required content. You don't have to have a reference this week, but remember, a reference is a little bit more than just a web link. Got to have the author and the title and some good stuff in there. So, creative brief with citations. This is for the week 4 assignment, your final project that we have been working all this week up to. I know some of you are more than ready for this to be done. So you're going to have your final paper. It's going to be right after your reference page, because you're going to add more references to that page. You're going to make any revisions that were mentioned in tonight's critique, last week's week 1, any critiques that we've done, you've got to follow those revisions. If I've missed you, no worries, Lee. Glad you could make it. Got to do your revisions. So if you've seen a critique, you've gotten text, want to make sure that all of those revisions are done. And if I'm saying remove something from a certain project or do this a different way, it's because I have your portfolios in mind when I'm telling you to do this. Because I want you all to be employable. The starving artist lifestyle with ramen noodles and powdered macaroni and cheese is not a life you want to live for very long. Okay, so you're going to have your final paper. Yeah. Okay, so final paper. All projects submitted in multi-page PDF size, and we're going to set that up like we did last week in InDesign, which we are going to go do a full-on demo tomorrow night. So you're going to have your creative brief and final paper. They can be combined. Do the creative brief with the cover page, put your paper behind it, then your references, and then you start with your projects. So you got to have logo with slogan, the recreated and the redesign. If you did a redesign, the 3 promo pieces that were mocked up, the magazine ad from last week, and the social media ad. Those are all going to be put into this one big document. And tomorrow night I'll show you a couple ways to do it, but InDesign's really my favorite. Design projects. Got the whole list. Your final paper, you're going to discuss the process of your design campaign And if some of you go back through your emails, you will find that you have already written a good portion of this and asking a question. Yes, Melissa, we are going to do that in Adobe Acrobat tomorrow night. Do you have to include all 4 recreations? No, Amanda, just the one recreation that you did for the campaign for all 4 weeks. Okay. Tell me whether or not did the design of the creative brief help you function? Did it work? How did it work for you? Were there any challenges? How did you overcome them? And what was your project favorite piece and why? And what did you learn that you didn't know before? I'm pretty sure a lot of you learned a lot of things that you didn't want to know, but my bad jokes don't count. So you've got to be able to defend your decisions. Yeah, patience. And changes you made for your campaign. Why did you choose the colors, text, images you did? Why do you think they worked that way? And specify the design principles and composition theories that we've talked about. I do have some references that we might have time to go over tomorrow night, assuming I still have a voice. Go figure. What did we learn about and what was your favorite? And these questions for you guys to answer and think about are also in the assignment prompt. So if you want to copy and paste the questions and then answer them, you can do that, but I'd rather have it in an actual paper.
We're doing this in Illustrator. I thought I put
Hold on, I'm missing something.
Final.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Unfortunately, if I take any more, I'm going to fly off the walls. Kind of makes me a little hyper. Okay. More hyper and more flighty than usual. We'll just keep swimming along. Okay, so include a self-critique. Are you happy with the work you did? Yeah, I know the feeling, Melissa. Good news is I don't have enough air in my lungs or in my poor swollen vocal cords to actually go any faster. I'm okay for the moment. So tell me anything you do differently, and was there a specific element you liked in your redesign? Did you learn about something of yourself as a designer? I know the self-critiques, when I write them on myself, are horrible. We are our own worst critics, and we always will be. But don't tear yourself down, okay? Nobody is allowed to talk bad about my students. Just saying. Like nobody's allowed to talk bad about my children. Okay, who has a Behance account? No, you can't talk about yourselves even. Okay, so you guys that have, everyone should have a Behance account. You have to upload all of the JPEGs to your Behance account. You're going to have to convert some pieces to JPEGs. I will show you tomorrow night how to convert an InDesign document into several pages of JPEGs so that you can show your entire project the way it's built. Okay, Amanda, you may have to call Adobe for help with that one. And it may just be as simple as changing your password. And if you're like me and have more than one email address, you may tend to forget which email you signed up with. Okay, so once you have everything in Behance uploaded, yes, Behance will not take PDFs. Has to be a JPEG. But don't worry, Melissa, I got your back. Okay, so you're going to upload all of those in JPEGs with comments, and you're going to put that discussion or that link in Behance in the discussion or in the comment box when you submit, and you're going to email your FPA and CC me on it, the link. If you don't send me that link, I don't know you did the work. I can't grade that part of the assessment. So, yay, we're done early with the PowerPoint. Let me switch over to yes, that should be it. Okay. So guys and gals, my lovelies, I have probably inadvertently mixed everybody's assignments in here with the magazine ads and the social media banners, web ads. So both classes are put together, and everybody that had anything turned in at 5:30 today is in here. So one at a time, raise your hands with all those wonderful, cool tools you guys got. If you have something to say, because I want you guys to use your voices. If you're using yours, I don't have to use mine. So I don't have names on any of these unless you guys put your names on them, okay? Try to be as completely neutral as possible here. First off is this one. I like the ice cream cone. Good job with the mask, looks nice. I've got a little bit of white clouding on it. It's just a matter of refining that mask. The thing is with this assignment is that it's a one-page ad, not a two-page spread. Two-page spreads in a magazine are very, very expensive. So if we shrink out, sorry guys, I may have to get quieter. You didn't have to go with the mock-up. So a few of you did. I didn't count off if you did do the mock-up. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I'm glad you are discussing websites and my really indisposed position here. Let's see if we can get on with this. Okay. First ad, let's break it down to one page. And if you just add your logo, and where's my comment tools? I don't remember. Yes, Melissa.
Yeah, I realized that I did that wrong. I kept thinking, why would I need just a one page in InDesign? How am I going to make this work? Now I understand.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 2 pages. So if you just add your logo here and your website, even if you just, copied and pasted them over, that would be good. And you don't have to resubmit it. I already graded it, but you do want to do the revisions for the assignment or for the week 4 assignment.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next one. Okay, this one turned out pretty well. There's a little bit of an issue with the color. And we've got an implied shape of a circle or an ellipse down here for Chill Out Ice Cream Shop. So instead of using a pink square behind it, maybe we could do a circle behind it. And this actually looks better here in the blown up PDF version than it does when I'm trying to grade it in the grade book. And when I see a discrepancy, I do go download them and look to see if there's a difference. But this could be centered a little bit better, or maybe the pink box made a little bit bigger. Otherwise, I think maybe just finding one color that works really, really well. And I'm not sure what that color would be right now. I'm thinking maybe some deep dark chocolate brown. And then maybe moving the text up a little bit so the ice cream is highlighted. I do apologize, guys, for all the coughing, but I didn't want to leave you hanging another night. Okay. This one turned out really well. The only problem that I'm seeing, and I would like you to fix, would be to take the background image and blow it all the way out to past the edge of the page to your bleed line. If you don't have one set up, just take it out past the page. And then make sure you're using your Dharma Game logo somewhere on your ad. I like the cool, crisp, clean, keep it simple sunshine look, but we got to have the Dharma Gaming logo in here somewhere. Because, it's their advertising campaign that we're working on. This one is a very good example of what you guys are looking for coming up for your assignment this week. So whoever this is, consider this a pre-critique for your final assessment or assignment. So you've got comments from me about making your subhead stand out. Maybe change the color, make them a different size, put them on their own line. Something to make the things like deliverables needed pop out a little bit better, give them a little bit more shine in the spotlight. Hey, I got the whole word out. A nice job with the swatches. Good use of the original logo, showing what the client had beforehand. The posters, the iPad app, the coffee cup, these turned out really well, and adding them into your design like this paves the way for you to move on into week 3. Just remember, if you're going to use this stroke border, you want to make sure all your boxes are inside the stroke. Good redesign. I did notice that there's a pink outline for some reason. Does it have to be pink, or can it be no stroke? Because there's not pink anywhere else in the logo. And if we just take the stroke off, everything's going to look sharper and clearer. Nice tagline. You can even shorten it to do food for fun and health. But overall, good tagline. Yes, Melissa.
On that last one, how about fun food for health? Fun food for health. Did you do it that way?
Yeah, and rearranging the words gives you just that much more to play with when you're revising for a portfolio project.
Cool. It was just an idea.
That's a very good idea. Play with your words, guys. That's what word trees are for. And that's what your fellow students are for. Who knows Dana Alderman? Anybody have her for an AP or AD or FPA? Okay. Dana used to work in the Student Success Center when I was a student. She's like my ultimate role model. Except for when I'm grading, and then I have to channel my inner Craig Stokes, because I'm trying to make you grow as designers. Anyway, Dana was still a student. She just graduated with her bachelor's. And she was the tutor I waited to go in to see for help. And honestly, I still to this day talk to her about her projects and my projects. We'll spend an hour on Skype every now and then critiquing each other. And that's a really great way to build a trusting relationship with other designers is, you know, share your screens with them and say, hey, I'm having an issue. Do you have a solution? And without those other voices, don't make me laugh, Melissa, it'll hurt. But yes, some of you guys have seen me for the Mac class. You see me in there. Yeah, by the way, tomorrow night, I do have Mac class in the Student Success Center. So if you want to come by and learn how to make that right click thing work again for your Macs, come by and see me. We'll take care of it. But yeah, those extra voices that you see in the Student Success Center, the people you talk to on Facebook that are other designers from other schools that you've met in a class somewhere, like the Mac Shop, or just from a graphic design Facebook group or Twitter. 5 o'clock tomorrow, we're only going to meet for an hour, because then we're going to come in here and do the next 2 hours on DES209. So tomorrow is troubleshooting night. So if you have an issue that you're just driving you absolutely nuts, come see me and I'll see if we can figure it out together. But yes, take advantage of the Student Success Center. We're there to help. We love to help. Otherwise, we would not be there. And if they allow me to stay Saturday with this voice, I will be extremely surprised. Won't stop me from trying. Okay, effort allure. This black or gray, white, and red turned out really well. The one suggestion I have would be kind of to warp this so that it looks like it's wrapping around the cup. So all you would have to do is be to rasterize the logo and then warp it. So I believe it'd be object, transform, warp, or distort. I think warp is probably going to work better because it gives you 6 points to work, 6 to 8 points to work with instead of just 4. I like the tagline, "We'll have you hooked." It turned out good. Nice ball cap. I think the overlay is having a little bit of an issue because it's already taken the white text from Ever and thrown it through, but they got me hook, line, and sinker. It's another good tagline, but maybe we try to keep this a little bit more consistent with the logo. But this is warping much better to the cap. There just seems to be something wrong with the overlay on it. And it's just not showing through as pure white like it should be. But that's going to come with practice. Don't think you have to go in and fix that right now. You're practicing. You're getting better. You're learning these mock-ups. So awesome. This one, the logo that you created is a little bit squished. You might want to resize that. And let's think about maybe putting it on our giveaway. Yeah, see, some of them I already have my notes on them. Okay. Not sure who this one is, but it's a very, very good recreation of the logo. Good job on the kerning and the tracking. Nice color choices. They match very closely. Okay, we don't need the extra logo, so you can go ahead and take them out for your week 4. Get hooked on our low prices. You can actually just say get hooked. Fishing's addictive. At least that's what I'm told. I can't figure out why anybody would want to go, you know, waist deep in cold mountain water, but whatever, cooks are cookies. Nice job on getting the t-shirt. And you know, if you just shorten your tagline to get hooked, I think, yeah, I know they're weird. They want to be cold. I'm perfectly fine with that in front of the air conditioner with a blanket. That's how I spend my summer. Mostly because the air conditioner has air filtering. Otherwise, you know, you spend all summer with allergies. But good job on the t-shirt. I think just narrowing down that tagline is going to take care of that issue. Because I think wearing get hooked on your back is going to be far more appealing as a t-shirt than get hooked on our low prices. It's like being the Walmart person. Yes, the shopping bag turned out excellent. Great job. So overall, this is turning out well. I'm very happy. Great job with the sweatshirt. Oh, we chose it for the outdoorsy colors. A good idea. Okay, so I believe this is a social media ad. Yeah, the hoodie did turn out good. Nice job with the implied shape here. And we are going to be noticing that some of these are bigger and some are smaller because I did not give a specific size for you guys to use. So everybody's is going to be a little bit different based on what they took their screenshot of or what dimensions they used. But this one turned out really well. Keeping in mind that most of these social media ads, the contact information is the ad itself, because if you click on them, where do they go? Anybody know? Or to a discount coupon page, right? It goes to their website. It goes to where the vendor wants you to go. Prime example is that wonderful, really cool melted glass pen for sketching and calligraphy. I can't get enough of watching that video. I have one on order. It's supposed to be here any day. And you know, I had to be purple. I got the kit that has all of the ink colors. And I found that you can order ink on Amazon. Who knew? But yeah, that glass pen ad and how they make those things, it fascinates me to the point where I have actually had to order the stupid pen. And watch, it'll sit on my desk, my ink will dry out, but I can clean the pen. I get a big kick out of the glass molding because my mother used to make glass beads. And between the glass beads and her attempting to make glass marbles, I developed a fondness of watching things melt. Ooh, LiveScribe, I like that thing. That could be very dangerous here. Considering after class tonight, I will be reduced to sending text messages to everybody. Yeah, it'll be fun. Okay. Another really good Dharma game. The only thing I've got here is that this is just a little too tight. Let me stretch it out a little bit. You can always retype this because we all know it's Helvetica or Arial. Oh, what pen are we talking about? Let me see if I can find that real quick, simply because it is that cool of a pen. Okay. There's my, everybody will love this ad. Okay, so this ads like this come up in my newsfeed all the time. And when they have a video attached to them, like this, I have to watch, because it's not only the pen that's pretty. They're melting something. I know, I ordered it because I still had the discount code from Christmas. But this is another design tool that you can use. And if you love, absolutely love your pen, you are going to love doing thumbnails. So when you're thinking about, getting into something that, sketching, thumbnails, whatever, if you like your utensils that you're drawing with, you're going to do more of it. If you don't like your utensils, you're not. And that's just as simple as it is. If you don't like using a pencil and paper, you're never going to like doing a thumbnail. And honestly, guys, thumbnails are the best ways that we get. Oh, Elizabeth, I am so in love with it because it's melted glass and it's got purple dichroic glass in it. Yeah, it's a technical term of actual what kind of glass. But between my mother's marbles and that pen, I think I finally found the perfect world to blend my design with her fire arson streak. I'm thinking I really need to take fire away from her. But she does some cool things. She just doesn't have the setup and the ability to get the gas that she needs for it. Otherwise, I would be, saying, watch this. Learn how to make these stupid pens, Mom. Mom, I need a pen. Mom, make me a pen. You guys know I would be doing that to her, right? It would be me calling her 50 times a day, not me her calling me. So it's a cool toy. And you guys know I like my cool toys. And if I love my cool toys, I am going to take care of them and use them more frequently. And it is definitely not a pen I am going to stick in my purse and sign my checks with. That's what hubby's pens in his shirt are for. Nice chill out logo. I'm really liking the way this is set up. Just remember to be very, very careful about keeping the sides within the frame. And maybe let's do the fill the line green and lose the green outstrip. I like the retro. Sometimes retro is what's called for. Sometimes you just have to have the retro. Everlure, we did end up with a squished and skewed logo here. And unfortunately, Facebook will either resize it or cut it out. So either way, it's a lose-lose situation when we're talking about a rectangular logo trying to fit it in a square hole. It's easier to actually fit the circle logos into Facebook pages than it is to get a rectangle one. Text is looking on par. Everything on this one is a little pixelated, but it's a social media ad. It's supposed to be set at 72 ppi, which is where you need it to be because it's a small segment of what comes up in your video feed. This is a very good Dharma Games social media banner. Turned out really well. You can tell that these guys have been at this gaming thing for a while. So the text looks good. Everything's lining up so that it looks like a real ad. So those of you that created real looking or functional looking Facebook ads, how do you feel about them? Did you enjoy making them and making it feel like you created that mock-up? And now you can do it for your business. You can do it for friends' businesses. But what about seeing the Creative Hub? Was that useful to you guys in any way? Learning how to put all that information in there. I know some of it's a bit technical for where you're at right now in school, but I just wanted you to know that, you know, that is there. It is a tool for you to learn from. And honestly, if I had known how to do that whole Creative Hub thing earlier, it would have made my last political campaign a whole lot easier. Just saying. It's taken me a while to learn that one, and it's still a work in progress. Okay, this is not the traditional social media ad. I think this is probably going to work really good for Google, possibly Twitter, maybe. So the different sizes are going to give you different trials. They're going to offer you different pixelation issues. I mean, you can tell right now we're at 240% to see the whole thing. So overall, this is turning out good. I like the changing of the color in the background. Not for Twitter. Okay, they have the same size as Facebook for pictures. Okay, so this is probably a Google Hangouts thing. And yes, I'm very, very backwards. I'm just now getting into Google Hangouts. I've been, yeah, web banners. Web banners were also the social media ads. And so, yeah, I get sidetracked with Facebook because there's games. The only reason I'm getting into Hangouts now, Google Hangouts now, is because I pay for a premium Google email account so that I could have my jtcdesigns.net after my name for a business email. And it's going to allow me to, because I pay for that on a monthly basis, I'm going to be able to set up a meeting and share screens with a client across the country. Or during search and rescue missions with Civil Air Patrol, I can log into Google Hangouts, find out what my public affairs officers are doing around the state, and then we don't all have to come into one building, spend the night away from our nice comfy pillows, because there only needs to be one information officer on scene. I can send the other 5 home and work with them at their computers. So for Wyoming, where we're all spread out, actually using Hangouts is going to save the wing money by not having them to pay them mileage to come in on their own vehicles. I just now have to prove that to the wing commander. Because I do need to train some of these people in public information. The Fit Fun Food, you guys are doing really good. The Learn More link is showing up. I'm starting to see more and more in the ads, especially in a newsfeed. And the logo here turned out really good for the square shape. So congratulations, guys. You are officially getting this out. You are nailing it. I'm thinking that guacamole looks real good right now. Maybe the salsa too. Not sure about the habanero, but if it cleaned out my sinuses, I would be thrilled. Yeah, munchy, munchy, munchy. Oh yes, melted cheese. This is another Dharma Games. Good job on the logo here. Nice spacing so you can tell what it says. Because I know the week 3 social media banner ad was a bit convoluted in the way I put it together, because what I had laid out in my head is not what happened on the screen. But I am glad you guys got to see that my design skills are ever growing, especially when Photoshop doesn't do what I tell it to. But I'm really glad to see as many of you tried for that convoluted Facebook ad as you did, because somehow I downloaded that information directly into your brain on how to get this done, or you just connected the dots that I forgot to draw the line to. So if you did do a Facebook page ad and you could follow my ramblings through creating my own template, congratulations, guys. You have won the award for surviving Dory the fish as an instructor. For those of you that ended up doing a whole page layout, awesome job. Yeah, we love Dory. I think I need to move her into my office. I have a Dory fish from Build-A-Bear, so awesome job, Christine. Good job. You guys, the ones that you did this, did a really great job. You got to mock up a full social media campaign. Oh, Dory's a blue tang. Awesome. There's actually a Disney authorized or a Pixar authorized Dory. Yeah, they got the layout, they took the screenshot. Everything matches up to the way it would actually appear. This is a very good mock-up for Fit Fun Food. My challenge to the artist on this one is to break out of the mold and redesign the logo to fit this awesome picture. Not saying you got to do it now. I'm saying that's something you need to work on before you go into portfolio. Redesign it. You no longer have to deal with my constraints in the assignment and the grade book. That means after you're done with this class, you can take it apart, take the pieces you want, and put it all back together. And I'm really liking this tagline, food so good. Working very, very nicely. This is another social media ad. I am not sure what size it is, but the right information is here. You've got the logo. Gaming Reimagined. I like the tagline. However, let's make it solid yellow instead of the stroke, and we're good to go. The ever luring fishing tackle. Tackle, right? Tackle in football or tackle in fishing? It's spelled the same way. This one turned out really well. I would like to see, let's try removing the white background. And I know playing with points is not our favorite things, but see if we can make this look like more of a fish. Because it's kind of looking like a fillet knife right now, handle that's dissecting the E. I still love the logo. But yeah, the whole knife handle here. I didn't even think about this until I watched Bizarre Foods this morning, and they were filleting fish. It is a good layout, and I like the hook, line, and sinker. So, you know, this has got some really good pieces to it. And I think it's going to turn into a wonderful portfolio piece. Oh no, I'm not going to Albertsons. Tomorrow's senior day. It's the first Thursday of the month. Our local Albertsons gives 10% off if you're over 62. And guess who's 70? I think I'm going to rent him to single mothers tomorrow. Yeah, the hubby will go do the monthly grocery shopping tomorrow because he'll get 10% off. Okay, back to the class. If this is a social media ad, we don't have to put the phone number on here. We don't even really have to have the text because it's a link. I'm mean for making him go doing the grocery shopping or renting him. If I rent him out to single mothers, they get their groceries at 10% off and I get a pink drink from Starbucks. So it's all good. They can go buy $500 worth of groceries, get 10% off, and still afford my pink drink. Especially because I think a case sale is coming up. And he's going to stop and talk to everybody in town, which means I will be hiding. He's not fun to grocery shop with. Not at all. I can get done in 30 minutes, but it takes him 4 hours to do. It's a very, very strange, surreal feeling. Anyway, this is it turning out to be a really good ad for the magazine. I would like to see the picture go up and out to the bleed, and watch where your logo's sitting, because it's getting kind of cut off. And then maybe try that lime green text with the logo here, or the information here, and just use the Facebook link. Okay, now I'm not sure whether this was a social media ad or a magazine ad, because it did get turned in twice. I graded it as a magazine ad, I think. So if, you know, pick a picture, take out some information and leave some, just have, for more information, check us out at Chill Out Ice Cream Shop or chop.com. And then take out this information and this information, because you want to grab your attention or your viewers' attention very, very quickly, because when they're flipping through a magazine, if it's not eye-catching and colorful, do you guys stop in when you're at the doctor's office and you're reading a magazine, do you stop at white pages? Or do you stop at the colorful, eye-catching pages? Yeah, we stop at the eye-catching. So, you know, if it's something that, oh, that sounds like a really good idea, I'm going to go do that right after I get done here, regardless of what that A1C says. I'm going to go get an ice cream. So that's really what we're aiming for. We're aiming for simple and clean, and we're aiming to catch the eye. And really, these things are extremely expensive when you do the advertisements. Full page ads in a magazine that are full color are very expensive, because believe it or not, subscriptions do not pay for a magazine or a newspaper. The ads pay for it. You're lucky. What's my favorite flavor of ice cream? Ooh, German chocolate from Brahms. And it will probably be many, many months before I can get there again to get it. I love the German chocolate. It's got the pecans, it's got a nice, very smooth chocolate flavor. It's got coconut, and it makes a great chewy milkshake. Just saying. Yeah, I know I'm drooling now. But yeah, I would go for anything that looked chocolate. Unfortunately, chocolate colors also have, you know, a memory tool with them for raising small children and potty training. So yeah, I can't have any either, Amanda. It would just make my throat hurt. I would love some, but I can't have any. And that is because we're going to make Lee eat all of the chocolate. And she can have the calories for us. I'm thinking an Italian soda, cream soda with French vanilla would be good. That might taste good. Or I can go get some raspberry gelato. We'll see. A nice, good social media ad, but what do you guys see? My cousins are Italian. I'm mostly German Cherokee and white English mutt. I'm sorry, Amanda. Maybe I can finish tomorrow on cookies instead. Oh, Christine, your kitchen must smell really good. Mexican married to a Sicilian. That could be very dangerous. Okay, so yes, it is busy, but what else do we see here? I see a lot of copyrighted logos. Do you? Now, if this were a social media ad and I were to click on the Nintendo logo, I would expect to go to the Nintendo page. What about the PlayStation page, Sony's page, Google Play, Xbox, Wii? It just doesn't compute. It's all competing for Dharma Games' attention. I like the tagline, but we can't have all of the logos for all of the game systems that this will fit. Number one, because they're all copyrighted and we don't have the right to use those. Number two is because it's taking away from the focus of your logo that you spent all mod working on. So your best bet here is to remove all of the copyrighted material. Keep this and the image, just blow it up great big so the console becomes your focus. And then you can put Dharma Games, Escape Reality here on the white patch. Right, Lee, they don't endorse the Dharma Games. So if they're not endorsing Dharma, then I'm not going to pay to endorse them. That's got to be a two-way street there. And unfortunately, we can't play that two-way street in a graded assignment. So whoever this is, if you resubmit it by Saturday night, I'll regrade simply because there is the issue of the copyright. But I do want you guys to keep in mind that you got to market your client first. Anything else is subsidiary, and it's got to have a return value. Otherwise, you're wasting your money and your time to give somebody else credit for your work. Doesn't seem quite fair on the $ end. Another really good chill out, getting it to fit in the box, nice kerning and tracking. Okay, Amanda, this is turning out well. You guys are really getting the hang of these. Other than the picture being a little bit skewed, the logo looks good. Get hooked. The little tagline on the last one. Chill out is just ice cream. I like that one too. And have you had that German chocolate for me yet, Lee? Darn. I need a picture of it before class ends on Saturday. I really liked the magazine layout. Turned out good, but like I said earlier and a couple of other ones, just take that picture all the way out to the bleed. It's not going to hurt anything. It's actually going to make you look like you have a more attractive picture. Chill out ice cream, this is turning out well. If you're going to use the tagline, I would actually put it up here somewhere and then put the logo with it underneath. And we've got a really nice box of clean space up here to put that information in. And then you could take the background off your chill out. And all you have to do that in Illustrator is to save it as a PNG file. And it'll automatically take you to a transparent background. This one, I like the pictures. I like the couple gaming together. But I'm seeing a lot of busy information. If we tell them that they're automatically going to get a t-shirt in the box and you run out of t-shirts for a promotion, do you go add more to your order or do you discontinue the promotion? Is it a first come, first serve basis? Or are you going to guarantee that everybody who orders this promotion sight unseen, you don't know how many you've got, are going to get a t-shirt in their game box. Is it a Kickstarter benefit? We've got to think, what kind of benefit does this give us in a box, or would it benefit us more at a time, date, location? So maybe make the page or one image or the other bigger so that it goes all the way off. And I think if this bottom one is blown up enough, it'll focus these 4 buttons in the color, and you can play with it a little bit more. And it might not work. You may have to use 2 images, but in that case, use the one with the game consoles in their hands. Cut down on the amount of text. Remember, keep it simple, Sunshine. You've got maybe 10 seconds of flipping for somebody to catch, for an ad to catch somebody's eye. And the more colorful, the more attractive, the simpler the image is, the faster we retain that information. Because I know you guys just love it when I ramble on about nothing in particular, but you still have to go through the live lecture to get what you need, right? Yes, to the first come, first serve. Yeah, that's my thought as well. Because if we promise them a t-shirt, how do we know what size they are? Do they have a size? Is everybody going to get a fitted women's tee? Or are they all going to be Hanes heavy duty? OSFA. Yeah, we don't need wacky customers. First amount of orders. Yeah, you could do that, but then you've got to track what size t-shirt goes in the box. A promotion like this is better at an event like a state fair, where they can tell you what size you have on hand, and they get a shirt when they pick up their game. And then you are attracting more people to your booth, which is going to make your name show out far more. Yes, I have done a few trade booths, and no, I don't like sitting there. But when your mother is doing craft shows, you get tugged along to load the car. Again, I think this was submitted twice, and I only graded it once. You can't use the same layout for both assignments. Magazine ad, we've got a little bit of squishing going on. Logo's a little bit cropped on the edge, so if we just move it down a little bit, it'll be fine. I do like the kids fishing with the pole. So maybe if we just remove the white background in the ad, save it as a PNG file, it should come out great. Let's put make sure www.everlure.com is just one line instead of trying to put it on 2. And the phone number, I think you need to add another 3 digits for this to be an actual pretend phone number. And you don't have to put the address down. Christine, that's a very good suggestion, is removing the white background so that the fishing pole looks like it's catching the logo. We've kind of got that implication here, but if we turned the white off and just had the Everlure hook, line, and sinker in here in this bright space, I think that would, pop it out a little bit. And let's reuse the blue here instead of doing hot pink. And not stretch the fishing hooks. The poor fish are in enough pain. Let's not make their hook wider. This ad I liked much better. Nice repetition on the color, nice big picture. Just take it out to the edge. It's going to show up just fine. We've got a nice full page picture in a sporting goods magazine, like Bass Pro Shops catalog. Hi, Brandon, glad you could make it. So I had a couple of you that did 3 ads instead of just 1. So if they're all in here, pick your favorite to take the comments from. Again, we've got a really nice Everlure logo, and this is this background image here. Take it all the way out to the edge, and it matches the social media ads for a campaign a lot better than the other 2 do. But I don't think the logo is going to show up as well if we take the white off the background. Maybe doing an overlay and turning the opacity down. That might work with the logo in full color in front. That might work. Gaming reimagined. Okay. The futuristic background. We need to clone stamp this or turn this part off because it's competing with the information. So gaming reimagined, Dharma Games, and all you really need is for more information, call the phone number or go to dggaming.com/information. You don't have to have the street address. They can go to the website. I do like the background. I just think we might have a better this would be, the ad itself would be less distracting if we didn't have futuristic background on it. So, but let's try, and maybe if we're going to have purple here, let's have purple text, or make this white and this white so they're repeating each other. Got to have the repetition in there somewhere. Another really good 2-page spread for a magazine arted mock-up. However, you only need 1 page and you only need 1 image because you're going to catch them and drag them in with your colorful photography, right? Yep, you're going to catch them with your colorful photography and then lure them in with some information. These ads are just like fishing. That can be F-I-S-H-I-N-G or P-H-I-S-I-N-G. You're fishing for ads. Make sense? You're using your ads as lures to get new clients. Maybe a little short on air at the moment. Oh, only a few more left to go. We're almost there, guys. Okay, so I know some of you took a look at the templates that InDesign had available. No, it's not funny, but I think I'm a little lightheaded. We're almost there. I'm going to power on through. It does feel a little off, a little disconjointed, but I think if they're using the same image and just breaking that line up, you'll get a more cohesive look instead of using 3 different images. Just break one up. Yeah, creative cropping. Really liking this template though. A couple of you guys used it. And I'm glad to see that you're using the tools in InDesign. Oh, I think I need to hit my inhaler. I got to be able to hold my breath for a little while. So we'll hold off, see if I can make it through. Yeah, I want to know, do I have to actually cook this or can I just look at the pretty picture? Can I have somebody make it for me, deliver it? Yeah, that'd be great. This ad turned out really nice. Nice big picture, nice color choices. The colors in the logo are repeating the colors in the ad or in the image. I like the fitfunfood.com, established 2018. It's a classic layout. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this one. You guys are doing good. Yeah, looks like a Blue Apron ad, or what is that other one? I can't remember. There's several of them that I want to order, but I don't want to pay that price. My Lean Cuisine sounds much cheaper. Just a thought. Okay, we've got another magazine ad. Need to chill out organically. I like it. Got a little bit too much information here. This isn't really a coupon. This is the type of stuff you would see in a newspaper because they want to fill every inch of white space. Newspapers are notorious from it. And what do I keep telling you guys? White space is your friend. So we've got a nice, really nice picture of what could be ice cream or frozen yogurt with fruit. I'm really digging the raspberries right now. Not so much the kiwi, but let's blow him up. Let's put the logo on there, and you've got the contact information in the place. Come by on March 4th. You guys can have all the sushi you want. I had it once. I'm not going back there. I even had it on a boat. Sorry, ship for my Navy husband. No, I'm not going back for the sushi. I don't even think it should be served in Wyoming. It's a landlocked state. You only get sushi when you're close to the ocean. I just have an issue of them flying in fresh fish every day to Cody, Wyoming. It's wrong. There is no salt air here. Not even a major airport that I would trust to deliver it on time. So, you know, I'm just not going to go in a landlocked state. Catch me in Washington, I'll be more than happy. Nice job on keeping this one simple. Good use of the logo, adventure and gaming, good tagline, good contact information. Don't really need the question mark. But if you're going to our website, dharma-games.com for games and information, do we need another link for contact? Because it's automatically going to take you where you want them to go. So kind of repeating yourself. But overall, really good use of the logo coming out of the light. Ew, Hawaii. As long as it's not stuff posing as me, I think I can handle Hawaii. They do some strange things with that. Again, good use of the logo coming out of the light. A nice tagline, good website. You guys are talking about warm places. It's supposed to start snowing tomorrow. Yeah, this is another good layout for Dharma Games. You've got a whole ad. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near hail right now. My husband is doing something to my car and he won't tell me what. Says it's a belated birthday present. My birthday was in October. Watch, he's going to try and make it an early birthday present for next year. Year number 43. I don't know. Scary thought. And the black text is a little hard. It is competing with the background a little bit. Maybe selecting some of the colors out of the wider areas would be good for the tagline. I already got new windows and tinted windows and new tires, so I'm sure what it could be. Maybe I'll get lucky and it's a new grill, or I put the wheel cover back on my spare tire. This one is another good use of space, but take the picture all the way out to the edge. Just leave Dharma Games and the link where they're at. That's all you really need. Short, simple, and sweet. Right, guys? KISS principle. Followed with crap. Keep it simple, sunshine, with your contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. And don't forget to use your balance, which this logo balances the web name very well. And I think making the picture bigger and recentering the game console is going to have that eye drawing capability. You might even get to make the website a little bit bigger. This Everlure ad works. A little stretched, but you kind of got it implied that the fishing pole is reaching into the picture. The logo's a little stretched, and you don't have to have so much text. You just have this in black with the logo on top of it, and make sure you're not stretching out your everlure.com logo or website, and you'll be surprised at how far it'll go. So that is the last one I have. Zeke, you didn't see yours in here. Let me check the gradebook real quick and see if I have a copy of yours. So I'm going to pause my share so I can see what's going on. Oh, you're right, Zeke. Yours didn't show up. I thought I had opened them all, but apparently not. I really like the way this is turning out. I like the implied shape on the heart that you're trying to get to. Little bit too much information is about all I'm thinking right now. The promo code, yeah. The pictures, yes. Make the logo bigger, but we don't really have to put all of this information in here. So cut back on the information a little bit, and I think you'll be good to go. And let me see if I can find anybody else that's not up. I missed a whole group here. What are you guys gonna do with me? It's a whole group of pages here. Give me just a second. Oh, thank you, Melissa. You're giving me a sick pass. Awesome. I missed a whole section of ads too. Wow. We got a whole nother section. Melissa, you earned that. I don't give anything away. You earn it. Yeah, I realized what I just did. I tried to save it as a binder and creating multiple files and inadvertently closed the wrong one. Let this be a reminder. Don't get happy with your closed finger, your clicking finger. Okay, Lalisha, if you haven't seen yours yet, check the recording later and it should be up. It's scary to think what you could accomplish, Melissa. Oh yeah, I mightily screwed that picture up. Okay. Got to make sure section 2 gets their time in the limelight. Man, I am horrible today. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay, Elizabeth, have a good one. Resuming the share. Okay, so don't really need to have the logo inside the picture. And we don't really need to have the promo items because we're advertising this big, beautiful picture. I'm okay with the phone number and the website on here, but normally we're not going to see that because where's it taking us, guys? It's taking us to the website, right? So, but overall, good use for comments, the like, the share buttons. The one question I have though is, does this swash actually serve a purpose? And we need to think about that when we're thinking about our logos, because does this break up our logo? Does it separate us from the tagline? Or does it look like somebody took chocolate and smeared it across their page? You know, you've got to take a look at those different pieces using eyes. Yeah, you got to use eyes that don't necessarily see the same way you do. I know when I start using strokes and swashes on things, and I go ask another designer for a critique, they'll ask me, what's it for? What's its purpose? It looks pretty. Yeah, eyes wide shut. I thought it was pretty. Well, unfortunately, our clients don't pay us just to be pretty. They pay us to get their name out there. So if we got rid of the stroke, then we could make chill out bigger and have the ice cream shop sitting a little bit closer to the O here. Make the C and the O bigger. But with the swash here, it's taking away from the design instead of adding to it, and we have to be careful with that. So remember, guys, I keep telling you, use the pencil and trace out where the eye goes. But I also know if you don't like your pencil, you're not going to use it. So just keep it in mind. Good effort. Stretch picture. I would rather see the picture made larger than have it stretched to fit the page. But I'm starting, this tagline here on the side is starting to grow on me. And for all of you that have done chill out, my challenge to you before you get to DES250 is to completely redesign the logo and have it ready for your FPA when they tell you to load it or redo it. Good picture, good sizing, nice information. Some of you guys have just nailed these side page ads in these news feeds. Good practice with Everlure. any idea of anything you would want to stick inside this large amount of white space? Any thoughts? Maybe. But since we have the logo here, I don't know if I'd put a promotion in, because my promotion is going to be in the text above or below my picture. A call to action might work. Something to entice them to click on the page or on the ad to make it take them to, say, a video of how to tie flies. Or, you know, how to bait a hook. Yeah, maybe just a tagline, that might work. I think the tagline might take up that space very nicely. And positioned correctly, you can look like you're using the fishing hook to reel your customers in. And when you step back and think about it, graphic design and fishing are not that different, because we're all trying to catch something. I don't know about another hook. I think maybe just a tagline. Simply hooked, yeah. The tagline would work very well. I think that might solve the problem. See, this is called brainstorming, guys. Yeah, simply hooked, yeah, the tagline would work great. And that would make it even closer to the final portfolio piece that you're going to redesign. When you before and when you get to DES250, because I'm already thinking about you guys graduating while you're still contemplating web design for Saturday. Good use of the logo. And I know we saw this logo earlier, and it had a pink stroke. But when the logo is this small, we can't see that pink stroke. So is it really serving us any purpose as designers to have that pink stroke around the body? Good use of the pen tool, not so great on the stroke. So everything we put on here has to have a purpose. The chill out, again, redesign it. You don't have to follow my constraints after Saturday. It's fair game. Just make sure you can defend those choices for DES250. But overall, good template, good picture, not seeing any shrinkage or skewing. Pixels look good. But I do have a question for our designer on this piece. On the full image where the cones meet, I don't think we can see it on this one, but the cones actually create an implied shape of an M. Does my designer know this, or have they noticed? The artist that did this particular logo needs to contact me as soon as possible. It's a good thing. I try really hard not to pick favorites, but I actually contemplating now going to buy a veggie tray because of this logo. And I hate veggies. There will be a large bottle of French dressing to go with it, but yeah, the grape tomatoes, some broccoli, and some carrots covered in ranch dressing. Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. But good, very good template. It's a great logo redesign. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of obsessed with it. But I also have somebody requesting some information on it. So I need my designer on this one to email me. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's very well done. I like it. Nice and clean, and everything had a purpose. I think we've already seen this one. Fit Fun Food. I think we can take out part of this text and then just put in a promo code and then I think it'll be good. Because once they click on it, it's going to take them to the shopping page for a meal setup. I don't know about a letter of recommendation, but I do want to use it in future classes as an example of what you guys are capable of. And I need permission for that. So I can send you a cookie. Anyway, Zeke, was this one yours? Do I have the right one? Okay. Your triangle logo, I really like it. It is very nice and clean. And did you happen to do the fonts thick, medium, and slim in the same shape as the pyramid on purpose? So you're aware that we're going from a fat body to a sleek top? Awesome. Yeah, we're going from the food to the fit and having fun along the way. I liked that subliminal message. So I think your best option for your logo right now is to, at the very least, make it as big as your tagline or bigger. Because it's a great implied message. I sat it next to the FedEx logo with the implied arrow and thought, if he did it on purpose, then it's time to make it bigger. Go big or go home, buddy. You nailed the implied health reference. The colors work. The food works. So let's just make your logo show out more and make fit, fun food the highlight instead of the text, because it's going to take you where you need to go. So simplicity, my friend, simplicity. And you'll have this mastered. You have come a long way. Once since DES104. Yeah, you've come a long way since your first class with me. A lot of you have. I've been very pleased watching you. Yeah, you've got to have that 20% eye-catching. And I can tell you right now that if a hot taco showed up in my newsfeed, I would be sending a teenager out to go get me one. It's only because my taste buds aren't working, guys. Bronchitis just sucks all the feeling out of your tongue. That could be the dry mouth from the prednisone, but I'm not sure. Okay, Everlure. My fun, fanciful friends, we have all three ads. We've got a mobile, newsfeed, and the right side. Awesome job. You only had to do one, but this is definitely bringing you up into that thinking ahead box for a whole campaign. So awesome job. Very happy. Above and beyond. And this is what our clients are going to expect of us. They're going to be wanting us to look at something and say, I did this because this matches my design campaign and my vision for your business. Does my vision match your purpose? This did an excellent job of displaying that. So yes, I am going to pat everybody on the back who went above and beyond. This one is having a little bit of an issue with pixelation, but it's at 240%, so it stays inside the screen. I think if we take the opacity layer or the opacity on the background up, the white text is going to show off more. And this is more of a cartoon, not a cartoon, but a coupon that I would be expecting to see in a pullout for a magazine or a printed piece rather than a social media ad. Mostly because we have buy one, get one half off. Well, if we take out the expire and make the logo bigger and just leave the address, or take it off because, you know, simplicity, just make the logo big and put, yeah, just the logo bigger and get rid of all the other information. And you've then grabbed your audience's attention with all that tasty hand-mixed ice cream. But we need to focus on the logo because right now at 240%, it's very pixelated. Even when I take it down to approximately the size it would be in Google, maybe a little smaller, the logo isn't calling out to me. It's not saying my name is Chill Out. It's a good logo design for the recreation, but how do we make it the focal point of the social media ad? Is the coupon the pullout or the call to action? Because they're going to click on this. What if they offer 24-hour delivery of ice cream? We want to take them to the order page, right? Of course, you know, that's all wishful thinking on my end because I can't even get takeout Chinese. I can get takeout Thai though. Another good ad, just watch stretching your picture. I would rather see the pictures bigger than have you guys stretch them. My husband is addicted to Thai tea. Every time I go to Billings, I have to buy him Thai tea in packets and a can of coconut milk. And now he's figured out how to get the Thai tea into the Keurig adapter so he can make 1 cup at a time now. He's very happy. It only took me 2 tries to get him to figure it out. So, okay. Another good logo or another good ad. However, do you guys see what I'm seeing down here? Yes, I know the black bars are mine. But behind the first logo, the redesign, we see the original. I believe that there is a template layer that is turned on somewhere in the Illustrator document, and it's causing some shadow effect. So if we turn that off, this is going to clean up 90%. And then all you'll have to do would be maybe put the web address down here in the dark space. Because once you get that background chill out layer out, this is going to shine a lot more with that opacity on the white. Or you can take it completely out and raise the opacity up 100%. So keep that in mind as you're updating those. Another good one for Dharma Games. Really liking these templates, guys. Not seeing anything here that I would correct. Very crisp, nice text. Looks like it's a screenshot, like it should, for a mock-up. So it's doing good. This one. For Dharma Games, you can take the logo off here. I like the compositing of the images here and the lights. It's worked really well. Endless immersion within. I like the tagline, but we don't have to have the logo here because we have the initials here. We have Dharma Games. By the way, good job using the initials instead of trying to fit the whole thing in there. You're breaking this up very good. But if they click on it, it's going to take us to the website. So we don't necessarily have to have this because we're trying to entice more traffic to the page. It's a great concept. Yes, Lee, it is. So, and nice masking and compositing. Again, challenge to check out those ice cream logos and just completely redo them. Once this class is over, you are free to redesign without my constraints. Now, your FPA may have other comments. I really like the simplicity. What would happen if you rotated the chill out logo to mimic the ice cream, or reflected the ice cream to mimic the logo, so that we have an implied direction instead of an open triangle here that the hours open in the location, they're kind of lost. So maybe reflect the ice cream cone to match the logo, and that would be good. You can call it a day. You tried that, Lee? Do you see what I'm saying, though, about the open triangle of space where we don't have anything pointing directly to when the hours are? Yeah, matchy is one thing. You could actually make the logo smaller so you could highlight the ice cream more. That might help. And I think you could move the info up and play with it. Play with it a little bit and send me a screenshot if you need to, or come see me. If I manage to make it into work on Saturday, come see me in the morning. You'll have the best chance of me having a voice in. Yeah, you could try moving your information up so that it's in that space, so that you have something pointing to the information. I just want you to practice playing with the viewer's eye. Other than the coupon here, I'm good with this. The only problem I'm having, though, it's an eye flow. Come for our 50th anniversary, date and time, ice cream. I'm kind of overlooking the coupon. And this setup for a coupon works in a newspaper function, but not in a magazine function. And the reason being is because if I want my ad to be seen before February 5th of 2018, I need to place that ad no later than February 15th of 2017. So I got to go back in time. Am I going to have all of my ice cream in one place? Am I going to get the hats in on time? There's a whole year before this coupon can go out. And you may get a cheaper price on something, on another promo item. They show up and they're expecting a hat. Might be better to say door prizes or just take out the coupon altogether. And if you take the coupon out, you will have the ability to make the ice cream cone bigger, much, much bigger, and have it be the focal point instead of a big blue box. Don't get me wrong. I love big blue boxes, but it's not in TARDIS blue. I can still make a joke. They're just not as funny. Excellent job with the magazine ad. I'm liking the way this turned out. This one I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing because the logo is so washed out. But if we take the background image all the way out, and then maybe have this portion from here to here of the logo up in the corner to look like they're casting the logo out there, give us a better idea of how that's going to flow. And then all you really need to have is the tagline where it's readable and the website address, or catch us on Facebook at Everlure. Magazine ad, it is very, very full. A lot of beveled edges going on, a lot of information. You're right, Lee, I hadn't thought about it. It does kind of look like a Magic card. Magic the Gathering. I have not played in years. It's a little competitive though. The logo works, although I'm not real sure what this is. And there's a lot of information. Nice page and tag and footers, but well balanced is well played is a good tagline. Yeah, it would be hard to read. It would. Now, if you handed me a 8.5 by 11 card stock of this and say, hey, this is a playing card, that would be different than trying to put it into a magazine. The only way that this would catch the attention of the normal 15-year-old that's playing a game would be to make sure we're only using one image, one border. As a Magic card, it rocks. But what's the cost going to be of publishing this on cardstock in a magazine? Is it going to be worth the announcement? It depends on the budget. It really does. So let's cut some of the information, stick it down to one image, and cut some text out. And I think that will balance it out a little better and make it a little easier to read for eye candy. Yeah, that's right. We want eye candy, right? Yeah. Very simple, very clean. This one works. Might make the logo just a tad bit bigger and the website address. Yeah, simplicity speaks. You can even make the ice cream go out to the edge. See what making bigger looks like. You guys made grading this morning very, very difficult. Again, nice, clean logo. I like the QR code. I didn't even have to demonstrate that one this time. Do you know that InDesign makes QR codes for you? But yeah, nice, clean ad. Sometimes I think Amanda is just poking around in my brain and pulling ideas out. Of course, my brain's kind of scrambled right now, so. But yeah, the design is actually making me want to go get a veggie tray, which is very, very odd for me. I think this is the first submission for this one. I know I saw it twice, one with these and one without the promo items. We can take the address off because we've got the phone number and the website. Let's make the background banana split image full color and make the tagline bigger, and then decide what we're going to do about the stroke. Maybe if we change it to the raspberry color or just take it out completely. I believe this is supposed to be a dual page ad or maybe a business card. I can see it working really well as a template for a series of ads scrolling through a page. I like it. I don't have a whole lot of comments on it. The cool factor one, and I'm just now realizing this because, you know, at 4 a.m. this morning, I should have been in bed, not grading, but I woke up, so you guys got graded. But that's actually a book. You could actually put a book title in here for a mock-up for a product. So you guys are coming along. These have, the logos that were redesigned have improved leaps and bounds this month. So you guys should be very proud of yourselves. This one has some text that's really hard to read. And if we take the color full, take the opacity off the background and make it full color, everything is going to pop much easier. We'll have some nice, heavy, light and dark contrast where we don't have it now. It's all very pale and pastel, which is great for Easter or pistachio ice cream. Maybe both. I'm not teaching chill out anymore, guys. And we got to get something for that mint pistachio color to scream out from. Good luck, Zeke. Make sure it's A&W root beer. Okay. I'm lucky. I don't live too far away from an actual A&W drive-through where I can go drive up and order an A&W root beer float and an actual A&W frosted mug. Just saying. Now I got to drive 4.5 hours to get to the closest A&W that'll let you serve it and buy the mug, but I'm only 60 miles away from the drive-through. Sorry. Okay, so for this one, we only really need the one image. Cleaning out the template layer in the background, just turning it off, or even if you have to delete it, that's fine. Let's highlight the tagline, maybe somewhere up here after what color on the other one? I think the pistachio color can stay if you make the background opacity full color. We just have to have that full color for contrast. So if the pistachio doesn't work, maybe try the blue. I'm seeing it's showing up pretty well in the cakes. I'm liking the contrast between the two, but I think just maybe making that picture take 100% opacity and move it forward. Yeah, the full color with a pastel would be better. See if it pops. If it's still not working, send me a screenshot and I'll see if I have any other suggestions. I do like the green. It's just a little washed out right now with the background. So I think that'll fix you good. We've already talked about this one. Dharma Games. I like the It's Gaming Time. Good job of using an actual dot matrix type font face. Dharma Games. I kind of like the shield. It's growing on me more and more. But this is what when I say simplicity works for you guys. Website, name, logo, done. Pretty picture. Definitely attention grabbing, but if we took it into Photoshop and did some color adjusting to it, might be able to change this into a purple green so that it goes with the logo a little bit better. I think that's for a practice piece, not necessarily a graded piece. So don't go taking that as critique for the assignment. That's after you're done with the class. Just play with the adjustment levels and see if you can switch it to a green and purple. I'm sure you're going to learn many new tricks coming up. Endless immersion within, like it. It's a good repetition of the social media ad, good logo. I'm actually thinking maybe shrinking this down a little bit, but I also like it going inside, meeting each of the bleeds. So this is really well balanced. Contrast, repetition, alignment, proximity is all working throughout the campaign. So pat yourself on the back. I'm happy with the way this one's coming along. Okay, chill out. We don't necessarily have to have the logo and the red paper, but if we're going to keep this guy, let's make him use the whole page. We got to have something up at the top to where it looks complete, not where he's floating. We can also take some color out of this and use the colors in the text or in the background, but he's definitely got to be a lot bigger. If he's bigger, we can move the logo down here, balance this out a little bit better, and that might fix the layout issues. We already talked about Zeke's. Just make that Fit Fun Food logo bigger. And I think that is where we started. So I know we are 10 minutes over, guys. I apologize, but I'm so glad you guys noticed that I was missing some students. So now everybody has their critique to work on for tomorrow night and for Saturday's homework assignments. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow night, same bat channel, same bat time, 6:00 p.m. for our lovely demonstration session. How's that sound, guys? You guys are most welcome. I have had so much fun with you guys this mod. And this is the highest level class I teach. So for those of you I had for your first associate level class to your last associate level class, it has been a true privilege to watch you guys grow as designers. You guys have taught me a lot this mod too. And you guys always know you can find me in the Student Success Center, right? Tracy has permission to give out my contact info if you don't already have it. Okay, Amanda, what's the question? You're fine, Melissa. I kept fighting to get stuck. Go ahead. Go ahead, Amanda.
I am trying to get my project into the discussion and I can't get it to load anything but the link.
Okay, are you, share your screen with me, okay? Let me stop my screen share. Amanda, if you click on the share screen button in the middle, it'll share your screen and I can see what you're seeing. There we go.
That's
Okay.
not that. Hold on. Okay, I have it wrote out. And I got the one thing that I wanted to, but I wanted to put parts of my stuff in here and I can't get it to go in. It just
Okay.
pulls up a link because I've deleted it out like 6 times because it just gives me the link.
Okay,
Like,
put your cursor where you want your text. Good night, Lee. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay.
Okay, now hit the image button. Okay, click on Canvas.
Okay.
Now, if you have files loaded already into Canvas, they will show up right here. So you need to hit cancel.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Go over to the left side of your page where you see your profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
Right click on it. Tell it to open in a new tab. Yeah, right click on files and open a new tab. No. So right click on the word files.
Oh, okay.
Open link in new tab. Okay, now you can close the X button. This way we're going to keep your discussion post in here and still get the file. Okay, so click on the files.
Okay.
And you have to upload a JPEG of the file you want to use.
Ah, okay.
So that's the step you're missing.
Okay, that's where I was trying to figure out, because I know how to pull something like from online, put the thing in, but to get it from my computer, I couldn't figure it out.
Well, you can also already, take the early advantage and upload everything into Behance and use that link.
Okay, yeah, I've got to fight with my Behance because it won't let me in it. I
Yeah,
set
I
it
think
up.
you may have to request a new password depending on what email you used.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. Otherwise, call Adobe first thing in the morning and see if they can help walk you through it.
Okay, sounds good.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay, so if there aren't any other questions tonight, guys, I'm going to get this lecture processing. Thank you, Melissa. I hope I feel better tomorrow night. I'm going to take the next 22 hours and not talk and suck on some chicken noodle soup. You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow night.